Hey guys, this is Tina from Quantum Healing with Tina. I'm a BQH practitioner, spirit releasement therapist, and intuitive empath. And today we're here with Karen.
Hi, everybody. Intuitive Starseed healer, BQH practitioner, and clear channel and medium.
Yes.
What up?
And what up? And so I wanted to share with you some oracle cards we pulled last night because they're so on point for what's happening right now. And, nothing happens by accident. Like Spirit has been
So generous.
so generous with the messages recently. And I wanted to share with you guys because it's really a call for everyone to step up right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, first card was from the Starseed Oracle deck. I realize that I have to show it right in front of my face now. And it's called The Courageous Peony.
More centered. There you go.
Really beautiful. Multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. So, yeah, it's a call for all of us to really step out of our boxes and let ourselves be seen right now because we need you to step up and help the others because everyone, can you see me?
Yes.
Well,
oh, no, you're sideways.
12:22. You see me now? Okay. What was I saying?
Everybody's being called.
Yeah, everyone's being called to step up right now with everything happening on the planet. Like, this is why we are here. This is why we came here, to wake up first and then help the others. And they need us right now.
We are the Wayshowers. That's what our role is. Yes.
Yes, big time. Like, people really need you to come out of the closet and step up and let yourself be seen. And not have to compare yourself to other people. Like 7 months ago, we weren't doing videos like this. It took a lot for us to put ourselves out there. And what's funny?
I'm thinking about myself, like how that was. You're like, we're going to do this. I'm like, yeah, we're going to do it. Like, because, I'm all in. And then immediately it's like lights, camera, action. And I'm like, you ready? You're like, yeah.
Yeah. Like deer in the headlights. Yeah. Yeah, and that's funny. And I pulled this card after I read another practitioner's post on Instagram, and she was talking about how she wanted to make a video, but she was so nervous and so shy to be on camera. And then I pulled this card, and I was like, wow, I had to share it with her, and she was really grateful I did. But yeah, we're all being called to step up, let ourselves be seen. Time to share your incredible gifts that you have with the world. I mean, just being able to hold all this information alone is a gift because not many people can do that. And right now, it's a challenge for everyone just to survive.
We're all juggling.
Right.
Everybody is juggling everything, no matter what that is. Trying to keep it together yourself, trying to hold the fort, trying to work, trying to be productive, trying to get things done, and then being manipulated by what's happening in the news and, and oh, look at that. And everything is just like on lockdown, but we're all simultaneously trying to just juggle our lives and holding it together. And I find that's the most challenging thing that I'm doing right now, as well as many other people. So we're all together in this.
Right. And we need to support each other. What I loved about this card was that it's talking about courage again. And that's what Dolores was saying the other night in the session, that courage is not the lack of fear, but it's feeling the fear and doing it anyway. And
God, yeah, I've been chills. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's, and when she said that in the session, I had the image of us like firefighters going into the burning buildings. Mm-hmm. Right? And how apropos is that for right now? you know?
Absolutely. Oh yeah. It's so
Yeah.
necessary. We don't even realize, like, even for me, like I kept saying, I go, well, I have no choice. I don't want to be an essential worker. Who asked me to be an essential worker? Like, to the point where I have to stay when I don't want to, like where it's dependent on my life and health and, the health and safety of my family. But, despite all of it, you just end up waking up to the alarm and you find yourself back where you have to be and you're doing what you need to do. And despite how you feel, you just got
Right.
to go and do it
Right.
for the greater good of
And
all.
yeah, and you have like a multi-layered job to do, because not only are you dealing with the 3D world in the hospital setting, but you're also like an anchor for the light there, to anchor in the light and to spread that light from your heart outward to the people around you. And look how much the environment has changed since you've been able to do that.
Yeah, I don't feel the fear anymore, not as nearly as close to what it was because of how much my guards were down when I was really deeply in it. And then when I took my power back and created that perimeter to protect me and, become sovereign in that, to hold the light for my department or the hospital, everything had changed. I don't even feel the energy anymore of the fear at all.
Right.
Like, it doesn't even get close to me. If it's there, I'm not allowing it to come even close to me. But I will just shed light on it. And I feel like, yes, my coworkers are actually responding to it because they're less in fear. And at least that's what I feel.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
It is amazing. And it's really a call for us to have the courage to feel these things and move forward anyway, knowing that every step you take, the fear gets less and less. It has
Yes.
less of a hold on you, less power over you. And not only just fear of what's happening in the world right now, but so many deeply held fears that people have of stepping out into the public with what they know and hold their gifts as starseeds and lightworkers and wayshowers, that they're afraid to speak out, they're afraid to speak their truth,
Mm-hmm.
not only because of their own insecurities and not feeling good enough and comparing themselves to everyone else that's doing this work, and oh, like, what's one more person talking about this stuff? We need as many people that we can get to be talking about this stuff and to be helping to wake people up, especially right now. Like, now is the time to really start speaking about it and, sharing your truths and sharing your gifts with the world in order to help the world wake up and increase the vibration of the planet. We need
Yeah.
you now more than ever. And, not only are you feeling those fears and those insecurities within you from this lifetime, but there are many lifetimes in the past that you've probably lived, that you've been, hung or burned at the stake, or shunned and
Persecuted.
ostracized and persecuted by society for your belief in the truth and your knowing. Um, and we all feel that. Like, before I really came out of the spiritual closet, I was feeling that so intensely. But I just knew that if I could just get over the hump and just do it anyway, even though I was feeling all of that fear, that it would eventually subside. And it really has. Like, every time I would press record on the video, I would just hold my breath. And you can see it in our early videos. Like, I was just like, my body was just so contracted, my throat was closed, I couldn't speak what I wanted to say. But I knew that it was important, and I knew that we need more people to be speaking their truths. And that's why I was like, yeah, we're going to do this because we have to. Like, this is
We
part of our
do.
mission. This is
Yes.
part of our mission here in helping the others. So, at first it might be really scary, but it really does get easier. And you don't have to keep your light hidden and your voice small anymore. Like, you really need to, like Karen did, step into your power and your sovereignty and know that, you know, nothing can harm you. Nothing's going to take you down when you step into that finally, and really own who you are, remember who you are. And people say, What does that mean? Remember who you are. Remember that you are a powerful being of light. You are not just this human body. You are this big, huge, multifaceted, multidimensional being. And who are you to play small? Like, not who are you to stand in your light, but who are you to play small?
Did it. Done that. Been there.
Yeah. Well, we all have. And yeah, it's just this card is really just to remind you that it's safe. It's safe to embody all of who you are and let yourself be seen by the world because we need you.
Yes.
And that is part of why you came here for this time. To share your voice and let yourself be seen. And not be afraid of what others think, because guess what? Everyone's always going to have an opinion. No matter what you do, people are always going to judge you. They're always going to have an opinion. Like,
I know. It's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah.
It's really, really difficult. That's like, I'm still in that halfway here, halfway there. I'm more of a verbal person than a poster, like posting things. I'd rather just say it to people. And thank God there are some people that listen. And people who listen to Tina, like my dad, I think he just woke up.
I just woke up your dad. Like, that is the coolest thing ever. And it was from a post that I posted on Facebook. Like, nobody, like, there might be one or two people, including Karen, that like my posts on Facebook.
Oh, it was the heart.
Yeah. But I know people see them, and they're actually, a few of them have been reaching out to me lately to say, oh my God, is this really happening? So I know they're seeing it. Even if they don't like it or comment or say anything, I know people are seeing it. And that's rewarding to have that little bit of feedback, to know that it is actually getting through to people. But it is hard, but it's also in a respect easy, just to be who you are, without needing to have any of the filters that we place on ourselves, being afraid of what people are going to think of us if we speak these truths. These truths are truths no matter what. Like, nothing anyone can say or do can take away from these truths that we're sharing with the world. So if they don't like the information, that's fine. But it's about sharing the information in a way that is gentle and not having to defend it. I don't need to defend any of the information I put out there. You either take it or you leave it. I'm not here to convince you to believe in it.
Oh, I'm going to write that. Take it or leave it.
Yeah. I'm not here to convince anyone. I'm just here to share it, say, here it is, take it or leave it. Either you're open enough to question your own beliefs about how the world runs, or you're going to stay in your box and not open your mind enough to question how things are going down,
Amen.
So, amen. So, question is, how are you being called to allow yourself to be more visible and seen in the world? Whoops. I thought that was such a perfect card for everyone right now. And then the cool part was the second card that came out. Where'd that go? Hold on. Ugh. The second card that came out was called Forge, Don't Follow.
More to the left. There you go. Right there. Beautiful.
Beautiful. And again,
it looks like the new Earth.
Right. And she's standing over here about to cross through into the new Earth. Like the previous cards we called, where they were like walking through the portal, which tomorrow is a big portal. I'll probably post this tomorrow. So today is a big, huge portal. Go meditate for the future of the new Earth.
Yes, please.
We need everyone to be meditating.
Yeah, because I refuse to be vaccinated, and I need to go to the United States.
Right. Because what the plan is from the dark side is to force everybody into mandatory vaccination. So we need to reject that timeline and create our own. Ow, my
Right.
leg just fell asleep. It's like
Tingly.
Oh,
Yeah. And even my dad, who's almost 70 years old, is telling not to vaccinate. He's like, do not vaccinate. He's like, I know what they put in those things. So he's done his own research. So people, do your own research. Like, if you don't believe things, like, look for it. It's might be difficult to find information, but Tena's a really good resource for where to find information.
Mm-hmm.
Prom-
And your
promotion.
dad was a researcher, and he just told us tonight the antibodies and stuff that he made in the lab, they mixed with carcinogenic agents. He's like they were cancer causing.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. So again, be a leader. Forge, don't follow. Like we need to step into our leadership roles right now to help lead the masses that are still asleep or the ones just waking up. Like these are really hard truths for people to swallow right now. To wake up to what is like what they've been, blinded to all of this time,
Right.
not by any fault of their own, just by the sheer um, conditioning and programming that we've been subjected to. It's like brainwashing.
I
And
was there. We're all there.
yeah, we were all
of
there.
us.
And it can be really difficult and depressing for people to realize what's really happening in the world. And it's so beyond, it's so many levels.
It's so beyond what you think, everybody. Like, it's not even close. Like, question everything.
Mm-hmm.
Question what you see. Like, where you feel like you're getting all your information, question the information. Because if majority of the people are thinking the way that you do, chances are you've been manipulated, just like we have. But there's another way. Just look for it. Get the red pill. Take it. Take the red pill, okay? Take it and go down that rabbit hole. Get
And
all the
even,
information.
yeah, and even something as widely accepted as viruses are contagious. Okay, let's talk about that for a minute. I know this is an oracle reading, but I need to say this.
Say it.
We need to question everything we've been ever been told about the world, including science. Because science has become a belief system on its own. And everybody has these strict rules about what they believe because science, well,
It's easy to say that.
Galileo,
That's a scapegoat. Like, well,
right,
science says it, so, but who's to say that the science is even real science?
right, because no one's ever questioned the science. We know the studies are manipulated. We know that they're paid off to get the results that they want. We know that scientists aren't being ethical because they are being paid to get the results that these companies want. Other thing, the germ theory, the theory that we get sick by contracting germs, is a theory by Louis Pasteur, who everybody knows, the father of germ theory.
The
He did all these
theory.
theories.
Hashtag theory.
The germ theory is a theory that has never been questioned since
Or proven.
the 1800s or proven. So Louis Pasteur even admitted before he died, we should just do a whole video on this, that he manipulated his studies to get the results that he wanted, that other people wanted him to get. So question everything, including viruses. Viruses are actually a normal part of our bodies that help us break down toxins, and that's why we get cold and flu-like symptoms, because the viruses and bacteria that are in our body go into our cells to break down the toxins, and then what they do is we excrete them through mucus. So that's why you get cold and flu-like symptoms. I'm going to do a whole nother video on this. I don't care if people think I'm crazy. But like I was talking to this girl in a group earlier and she just was not listening to me. She's like, I'm trying to explain basic science to you. She's like, you just don't get science. And I'm like, I'm a nurse with a bachelor's of science. I think I get science. I'm trying to offer you a different viewpoint, and she just was not having it. She was
Battle
showing
of the
me pictures.
egos.
She was showing me pictures. Yeah. She was showing me pictures of viruses and telling me that that I'm ignoring the electron microscope. Like, okay.
Oh, okay, there.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not gonna be judgy. We're gonna send her love. Gotta send her love.
Yeah. Well,
We gotta
that's what
send a lot of
I said.
people love because they need to open themselves up to question their reality. It is a hard pill to swallow when you have to
Right.
question your entire life, everything.
Right. Everything. And that's it. We have to be able to question everything and be open enough to question everything and not just take anything at face value. If there's anything we've learned, it's that we can't do that, you know?
Absolutely. And with that whole vaccine stuff, I mean, you just hear like people saying, like I was an anti-vax, no, I was a pro-vaxxer before, and them saying like, oh, you don't give a shit about your kids, and I'm like, no, we're both on the same page for that. Both of us, whether you're pro-vaxxer or anti-vaxxer, we're all pro-child. That's the bottom line. You just have to know where your information is coming from. What exactly are you putting into your kids? What exactly was put into me as a
Right.
child? And like, forget that bullshit where they say like, oh, well, we got to go with the times, it's different. I go, well, what about me? I go, if we're with the times, why was I not given the 50 extra vaccines to catch up with the children of today? Why
Right.
are we fine? Answer me that, people.
Yeah.
Sorry, go
And
ahead.
why are 50% of children in America have a chronic illness? 50%.
Right. Is that normal? Why are there so many allergies? Where are the peanut allergies? I don't remember going to elementary school and being like, oh, don't eat your peanut butter sandwich around me. No, we didn't have any of that bullshit.
Right. Yeah.
Think
It's
about
really
it.
right.
There's a correlation there.
Okay, we're off on a tangent.
Okay, yeah, go. Next. Thank you, next.
So, forge, don't follow. Be the leader you wish you had and pave a new path.
We are paving.
If you wait until the path is perfectly paved, you won't be forging your own path, and you'll likely not even take the first step. Don't let a small detail like being unable to find someone to show you the way be the reason you don't step forward and lead. Let it be the reason that you do. Again, courage, having the courage enough
Yes. Oh
to
my God,
feel the
yeah.
fear and do it anyway, to step up and lead, even when you're scared to death, you know?
Oh yeah, I know. It's hard to have courage. You don't even realize you have courage. Just like that when Dolores came through and she was saying, when I was saying, I was like, I don't feel like no hero, no courage. Like, it doesn't feel like that to me. It feels, well, when you're forced and you have to go in there anyway. I mean, you don't really see it like that, like I'm being courageous. I'm going to work today, I'm being courageous. Like, I don't say that to myself in the mirror in the morning. But then after when you see it down the line, I guess when we look back at this whole pandemic and whatnot that's going on in the world, each and every one of us, we were all very courageous. We are courageous in
Yeah,
what we're doing.
absolutely. And every single soul that's here right now that has taken on this lifetime to be on Earth is really freaking
Well,
brave.
well, that's it. I think this is also it. Let's point that out to everybody who has incarnated here right now or in every lifetime is courageous for choosing to come here and do this. It's a
Yeah.
lot of fucking work.
Yeah.
To be
Not
human, it's hard. It's so hard, guys. It's so hard. I can't. But we're doing it. I'm courageous. Single tear, like it's courageous, right? Right?
I'm a hero.
I'm a hero every day, just by being born.
Yes. Yes. So, yeah, putting one foot in front of the other, taking baby steps into
That's
forging
where
your
you gotta
path.
start. Yeah. You just gotta take baby steps and believe in those steps that you're getting somewhere, whether you feel like you're not moving or not, you're moving. You are
Right. And when,
moving. Even if you feel like you're moving backwards or regressing, I always used to think of my healing as a regression. Like, don't I know this already? I should know this already. I've done it, but it's not a regression. You just peeled another layer, and it feels like you're regressing, but it's just showing you something else that you need to just hump over and just be courageous again and get over it.
right.
No, learn through it, heal yourself through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the human journey. That is ascension, and what we're doing right now and shedding all of these layers and shedding all this stuff. Like, we wouldn't have been doing this work decades ago on Earth.
Absolutely
This,
not.
we would have just went through our lives asleep and died, and
And
that's it.
vaccinated.
Vaccinated. Although they didn't have as many vaccinations, but yeah. Um, yeah, and again, another leader card. So it's time, guys. All of
Step
you
into
out
your
there
power.
watching this video, you have a mission, and your mission is to be a part of this. And um, your mission is love. We all have the same mission, and that is love, to spread that love, to speak your truth, and to be seen. It's not complicated. Like, it's not a complicated thing. Everybody's always asking about their purpose and mission. Everyone's purpose and mission is the same. It's to be love and to share that with the world. And that's it. That's simple.
Easy.
That's simply complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how are you being called to forge rather than follow? And how can you be the leader you wish you had? Good questions.
Yeah, question everything. That's a great question. Try to answer that.
Do it for your daughter. Do it for the younger you. Do it for the leaders who will follow. When you
Mm-hmm.
go first, you'll make it easier for others to follow your lead. Forge, don't follow. And when I think about this, I used to watch people on YouTube and think, wow, they have so much courage. Like, I can't even imagine doing that, even though I really wanted to. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
really wanted to. And I used to watch this girl. Her channel is awesome. It's called Sensitive Souls, I think. And she's just a normal person who's really sensitive and really has all the same feelings we do, like being shy and not wanting to speak out and all that stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
she did it, and she would get on and share her messages from spirit and do oracle readings and stuff like that. And I thought, wow, she's really brave. And then, it's people like that we look to, that say, okay, if she can do it, I can do it.
Absolutely.
So if we can do it, you can do it.
Definitely. And don't wait. Like things don't have to look a certain way. You just have to
Right,
go out and do it and then, don't look back. Just go
right,
forward. Put your message out there because people need that message. You never know who you're going to reach and or who's waiting for that message to change their life. You have no idea.
right,
Someone might just fall upon it and be like, "You know what? That's exactly what I needed." You
right.
have
And
no idea who you're going to reach.
I love when that happens too, and they actually comment and let you know, like, oh my God, this is what I needed today. Right. And
Mhm.
you don't know who's going to see your video, and not everybody comments, but when that
Yes.
one person does, it really makes you feel like, wow, I made a difference in somebody's life.
Yeah.
And what holds us back the most is the feeling that we have to be perfect, right? We have to have,
Yeah, look at our old videos. Let's post that down below. Our old videos and see how awkward that is. Like at least for
yeah.
me, you'll see it more with me. I'm very overt about it. Like you're just gonna see me looking like very stiff, like I have a 2x4 on my back. My angel wings.
Yeah. Well, I was too. I
Oh
was
no, you
too.
looked a little more natural than me. I was just like, you're like, say hi. I'm like, hi.
I'm just really good at faking it. I'm the kind of person that can fake it till I make it,
Oh no, I'm
And
not. I'm not that girl. Like I'm really here. There's my finger again. That's where you and I are like balance each other out. Like she could fake it, I freaking can't. I can't. Well, you
Yeah.
could see it. You'll see it.
Yeah. But, you know, we have to get over that need for perfection. You know, you don't need to have the right equipment or the right background or the right clothes or the right makeup or the right
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
What?
if you guys even see what's holding up my phone right now, you'd be like, wow. Actually, if you see, like, when I'm at home, I have my kids' stuffed animals that are holding my phone up, so it's propped up all right. You know, like, we just use what you need to get what you got. Use what you got. This is what God gave you. This is what you chose.
Yeah.
You got to use it and
Use
work
yeah,
it.
work it. That's right. And I totally lost my thought.
Always
But yeah,
happens.
my camera, my cell phone camera that I use to record these videos has like a, you know, a chip in the lens, so it's like light, and then you'll see like a shadow of me over on this side. You know, but I think what's important to me when I watch a video is the
It's a
message,
message. Absolutely.
not the production quality I'm looking for.
I know
It's
we don't need the big umbrellas behind to show you like, oh, let's bring those light out. Perfect camera, perfect microphone. Like, work with what you got and
like,
put your message out there. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait for any of that. Just be
no,
you and just press record and do it.
just
I
do
I dare you.
it. Although I do have my lovely ring light that my YouTube friend Aaron sent me.
I won't even show you what light I'm using right now, so it works.
Yeah, but he was so nice to send me a ring light, and it has a little thing to hold my phone too. So I feel
Well,
like,
God bless you, Erin. Like, I'm her
yeah,
partner, so you send me a ring light too? Just kidding.
yeah, but you have good lighting.
Yeah, but I mean, ring light sounds cool.
It is. Look, it is pretty cool, and you can even like change the settings and light. Watch.
Check that out. It's very nice ambiance. It's like we're on a date.
Okay, so yeah, you don't have to be perfect.
No.
Because if you wait until everything is perfect, you'll never get it done. Never.
Yeah.
You'll be waiting
There's
forever and
always
stressing
there's always
yourself
going to be
out.
something in the way.
Yeah, there's always going to be something, some excuse, because that's what happened. They turn into excuses, right? Like, well, I don't have the equipment, or
Or
I,
yeah.
yeah,
How about you link down below my video on my YouTube page where I just got out of the shower and you see like my hair. I look like flock of seagulls and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it anyway. I don't care what the hell that's. And you could see my hair start morphing as it's drying in the video. We don't care. It's just like your message is important. That's the moral of the story.
right,
Just do it.
yeah, yes, just do it. So, are you writing down everything we're supposed to be linking in this video? Because no, okay.
Don't worry.
So, card number 3. We've been doing a lot of 4-card spreads lately. This, relax the hold of darkness and be at cause.
Other way to the middle, to your left. Yeah, there.
Can you see it?
I see it. Just back it up a little bit. There. Number 26. Yeah, relax and hold the darkness and be at cause.
This is so beautiful because she's sitting on this big tree stump with all of this light around her, just like wrapping around her. And she's naked and just like being consumed by the light.
Exactly. We have to be vulnerable and open and exposed.
Yeah.
And just expose yourself. That's pretty much it. Just
Yourself.
expose yourself. Yeah. Show people who you are. Don't apologize.
This is from the Sacred Rebel deck by Alana Fairchild, one of my other favorites.
One of my favorites, too.
And again, this is about great courage. Again, all of these cards were about courage. And fortunately, you possess that in bucket loads. You're being asked to allow yourself to be lifted out of one level of known reality and into the next level of higher voltage. Right? And that's what we're doing now as a whole and on an individual level, is being lifted out of a reality and like put into another one, a higher one, and creating that timeline for ourselves. And that requires absolute trust, blind trust. And that
Yes.
isn't always easy for humans.
No. It's
And that,
really difficult to trust, especially like now with everything that's going on. We don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. We don't know how long we're going to be in our homes waiting for our freedom to come back. And it's like you have to have like a higher knowing that we're going to get our freedom back. You got to hold on to that idea to see ourselves free and being able to live our lives. So, yeah, you have to trust in some unknown instead of waiting and kind of sulking and being like, well, when am I going to get out of here? Like, I can't deal with this anymore. I don't want to be with my family. Whatever that is or what it looks like to you in this pandemic, it's a practice of blind trust. Everything's going to be all right.
and not even just for the pandemic, but for humanity as a whole and in the ascension process. Like we are moving up to the next level now. This is what we've prepared for all these years. Some people for decades, to move up to this next level. Like we're all being called to level up right now. And it's
Yes.
these new levels of awakening that we're all, the people that were asleep are waking up, the people that were like the truthers are waking up to the spiritual stuff. And it's like level upon level upon level of awakening right now. And I think that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm reaching my 7-year anniversary of my awakening. It's coming
Wow.
up. Yeah.
Mine will be,
I think you're.
oh yeah, this spring will be 6 years, right? It's 20, yeah, 6 years.
Yeah.
Well,
Mine was right before I turned 30. So.
mine was more around, yeah, it started kind of in the fall of 2013, but I really woke up in the spring of 2014. Yeah. And so
Special.
with the trust also comes like to the surrendering to
Mm-hmm.
a bigger an outcome, that we have to have that trust and surrender, and knowing that in the end, maybe not right this second, but in the end, everything is going to be okay and everything's going to work out for our highest good. However, in the meantime, we do have to focus on what we want to create and stop feeding into those negative timelines. That's what they want. They want us to be focused on these negative timelines and not creating, because that's how we create our reality.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So surrendering into the greater heart of the universe so that life can happen to us, through us, and with us more quickly, more radically, and more beautifully, and more boldly. You are now being invited into this new reality where things happen quickly and according to bold, loving optimism. How quick does everything feel like it's happening right now?
It's really quick. I feel like, I mean, like, I'm again sticking to the times. Everything had escalated. But I feel like, you know, as everything is shifting, I'm even finding my own sensitivity is shifting as well and being very, it's changing. Everything is ever changing. Nothing is the same anymore. Like, just again, like compared to last week when I was like not shining bright like a diamond, I was, and how everything had changed from this week, like just the little things that we do every day, getting there. Yeah, just the whole week itself had changed. I had
Like
not, nothing's the same. Nothing is ever the
right,
same.
right. Yeah, it's happening so fast. So, in order to access this new reality, you have to like jump into the unknown, right? And,
Mm-hmm.
and really trust and surrender and leave behind again, the dark, weighty grip of hesitation, procrastination, and second guessing, and the belief that you have to do everything on your own. You may fear for your life. How will you be safe in the wild electrical pulse of so much aliveness, right? We have this
Mm-hmm.
fearing for your life and the needing to feel safe. But when you're riding like the cosmic flow of life, there's no safety. There's no safety because you put full trust in the universe that you're going to be okay. And that's what I've been doing like for the past 2.5 years, fully just really trusting that I'm going to be okay. And I have to tell you, it has worked out thus far. Things come into my reality from out of the blue all the time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy how it happens. And I really feel like it's because I have full trust. Like, I hear my guides say all the time, we're not going to let you drown. No matter what happens, we're not going to let you drown. And they come through every time.
You're not going to let you drown.
How will you function without the hazy, sleep-inducing paralysis of playing it safe, taking too long and placing lesser priorities above your sacred art of life? How will you hold yourself back if you don't hold on to fear? You do not need to worry about such things. Life is wild, but it is also wise. It is a force of startling, raw awakening at times, but it is also the natural process of evolution, where all things mature according to a seasonal cycle in right timing. You are a part of, not apart from, that process. The invitation to shift gears and jump on board the express train of life will feel exhilarating and perhaps also challenging. When you are in the hold of the darkness, you will feel pushed to turn away, to imagine it's all too much, and to create excuses about how your desires aren't grounded enough, that you are being too flighty or flaky, or that you're not living in the real world.
Amen.
Again, it's that need for perfection and the need to know how things are going to work out. How many times have you've really been trusting in the universe that everything's okay, and then like a 3D person comes into your reality and questions you, and you're like, oh my God, am I just making all this up?
Yeah.
Like, is
Remember,
this not real?
remember when I went to the doctor?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
That was like a perfect example. I went to the doctor. This is when I was like dabbing a little bit in vegetarianism and veganism and whatnot, like eating a little better. Really didn't do meat. I think I didn't do meat for a while. Like I was on it, and I went to go see my doctor and just was so proud of myself, like telling her, like, hey doc, guess what I'm starting to do? Oh my God, she like totally bashed everything that I was saying. She's like, you are gonna die, like straight up, like you are gonna die if you don't eat meat. And I was like, huh? She's like, I'm gonna send you to a nutritionist because whatnot, like she was just going on. And she left the office and my whole reality was questioned. And I'm like, am I crazy for thinking that I'm all right? Like, do I have to eat meat? Are there really guardian angels? Like, I was questioning everything.
Right.
I'm like, am I just like, yeah, they pull you down to 3D real quick. And it's just like, you really feel it, and and you question yourself because like, it's like, am I that naive gullible, naive? Am I on this like on my own like little own world, like thinking
Yeah,
that this
you
is
are.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, we end up
Yeah.
being, but oh yeah, like the second like
You
your stuff
question,
is
you're like, oh
questioned,
my God, do I have to come back to the real world? That's like, am I like,
right? Or like, am I
I have,
not in the real world because I've been so out of it because I've been in my own world by myself?
right. Yeah. And so, yeah, it's
Yeah.
questioning.
You
Yeah.
question
It's
everything,
question.
like even to the well, yeah, I was really like, oh my God, like has this awakening been like a whole sham? Shit,
Right.
That's how I felt. Like, just so
Yeah.
quick. It was only like a 5-minute conversation, but you really get to see that was a really good way for me to see the divide in, how people are so disconnected. They're just following a system that they have been, they've graduated into and only know. And I understand that because we were all there. Some of us are still there. Some of us are maybe just waking up. Maybe this is going to wake you up. But yeah, just a little bit of a questioning in your own reality could it could disturb a lot of people. Like, it could get maybe people a little bit angry because they don't want to see that cognitive dissonance is so strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, it's anyway. I really felt that disconnect,
Right. And
and
that
it made me feel disconnected.
it's fear. That's like, that's fear talking. It's not the truth. Like, your truth. But when someone starts to question you like that, it sparks that fear. Like, oh my God, am I really like, living in
Absolutely.
outer space? I'm not living in reality. Like,
I
am
know,
I
and I'm
guarding
like,
it's not
am I
real?
really a Syrian starseed? What? Am I from a
Right.
star? Yeah.
Yeah. If the sacred rebel is not awakened, we will continue to live in a culture drenched in fear and distrust of nature.
Well, there you go. That just answered the whole thing.
Those without awakened hearts don't yet understand what nature knows. She knows timing, she knows life and death, she knows the creative process, she just knows, and can be trusted to support us, her own creations, in becoming all that we can become. Yeah. When you really surrender and trust and let go and fall in,
What a flow.
yeah,
It just flows.
yeah, it's amazing. And does this mean that we become passive and just flow along like a limp leaf detached from the tree? No. Being free of the dark hold empowers us to take up our cause. This means being free to act and affirm the intuitive feelings we have been following up on. This is painting like someone who has lost their mind, completely free and from the heart. It means writing even though you have no conscious idea of what you are writing, even as the words are streaming forth upon the page before your rather curious eyes. And it means speaking about your work, never hiding it away, allowing allow it to breathe the fresh air and be held in the gaze of another. Detach from the darkness that would say it is not enough or must be the best thing ever, whatever that means, in order to be worthy of a place in the world.
Mm. Mm-hmm. All
Mm-hmm.
of that. Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Mm.
And again, it's just like we were talking about, like, your work doesn't have to be perfect. Your message doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to do it. Let yourself be free to write, to sing, to paint, to speak light language. I know people who speak this amazing light language, but their fear holds them back from sharing it, and it's just about allowing yourself to be who you are, letting go of that darkness and that fear, and letting the light just swallow you up.
Mm-hmm.
And your creations might, it might take off. People might love it or they might not, but it's
It's
okay because
fine.
everything is in flux. Everything is in flux. Yeah. We just have to trust within ourselves and within nature to allow the flow of life. You are asked to go within and imagine diving deep off the edge of what you have known. There is so much more calling to you now. It's your time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's time for so many of us really to take that leap.
Yeah. The
Um,
flow of life is it's so constant, and it's not trying to work against you. It's always for you. And the only thing that you feel is working against you is really you. You're the only one in the way. So
Right.
once you let that out of the way and you allow the flow of life to go, you're just going to flow with it without resisting. It's our resistance to change or of discovering more or all of it. So
Yeah.
don't worry about if you feel like you're not moving. Just let it move you.
Right.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My phone's getting ready to die soon, but the last card is called Shock of the New, number 6.
Lovely.
Look how beautiful she is with.
Oh, she's got that beautiful sacred geometry on her throat.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So, Shock of the New. Again, it's speaking of this time and all of the new things that are happening in the world right now and how it's like shaking us up because we don't like new things. We like routine and structure. We don't like change. So, this is really calling us to embrace it um, and let
Yeah,
it
we
be.
are changing every day. Remember, like how we're saying, like you just said, like everybody's not all for change, but I mean, we're not even the same as we were yesterday. You don't even realize how much you're changing until you really look back and reflect on that.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't be the same. If you're the same, then you got to look at that. Why am I not changing? We should be evolving. Evolving is a beautiful process. It's just like nature.
Yeah. Yeah. What wild, unconventional voice is calling to you? Can you hear it? It's so different and so unusual, it might be hard to decipher, like hearing an unfamiliar language for the first time. This oracle says there is a stirring at the deepest level within you. Something new will break through, and the process of this birth may be a shock to you. I think that's true on a very individual and collective level at this time. There's so many new things happening, so many shocking things happening that people are becoming aware of now. I thought it was just amazing that this card came out with the shock of the new because
This is
how
what
many
it
people,
is.
right? And like how many people have we talked to in the past few days that have been shocked by the things they've seen and heard that are happening in the world?
A
You
lot
know,
of people.
a lot.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Wake up,
This shock,
world.
the shock will transform into great joy and a sense of tremendous liberation, but you must bear the strangeness first. That strangeness might be something that rattles your beliefs about yourself and your world, daring you to become more of yourself, more open to where life is leading you, and more willing to be the unique, sacred art being crafted by the hand of the universal creator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nature never shies away from strange beauty. She allows for endless diversity, and her sacred works are often peculiar and stunning. You live within her field of creative grace as a specially created work that also creates. You are being asked to surrender any fear you may have of being seen as an exotic, unusual, eccentric, or bizarre creature. Like, how perfect does that fit in with the other cards?
I know. They fit so well together. It's crazy.
So amazing to me. Yeah. Make peace with the strange beauty and let it happen through you. Allow your conventional ideas of beauty to become even more inspired and open, and allow your need for the world to behave according to your fixed ideas fall away. You will receive so much more in its place. And this reminds me of the other card from the other reading about what are you holding on to because you're afraid of what's going to take its place.
Mm.
This is a special message. There are rumblings and stirrings of the creative life force happening now, deep in the undercurrents of your being. If you are very attuned or sensitive, you may have consciously felt this already. If you have not yet sensed these inner stirrings, they are happening all the same. So be on the lookout for a big shift of new birth, the shock of the new, the unconventional, the strangely beautiful, and the disturbing liberation of that which is foreign, stepping into your life. This is life, creating the stage upon which you will experience greater fulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
You are about to encounter something new and different. This is helpful. Don't reject it, no matter how small or insignificant or how powerful and life-changing. You are being asked to dispense with your reliance on the past and what have been your tools to navigate life. You have outgrown your old methods. You will have to fly
That's
by the
great.
seat of your you will have to fly by the seat of your pants. Like, that's what we're all doing right now. Flying by the seat of our pants. As you experiment with new ways to be, life will show you the way.
Yes.
Amazing. That was such a good reading. I just wanted to share it with everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. It's so amazing how these cards come out. Like,
I know they're so appropriate and necessary. I think people need to hear that they're in that direction. We're all going in the same direction together, whether you think we are or not.
yeah.
And don't
Excuse
worry
me.
what it looks like. It's all divine.
Divine. Yeah. It's all divine. All of it. Everything.
Everything, whether we feel that it is not, it's all divine. We all come from the same source.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait to see all the people that really step up to the plate now and start to lead.
Yes.
You know, and step past everything that's holding them back. Life is so short. That's one of the biggest lessons I've learned in my life is how short life can be. Having had like the big losses that I've had in my life, and um, there's just not time to wait.
Right.
Not time.
There's never going to be enough time because something is always going to show up to be in the way for you not to fulfill your mission or things that you need to do. It's never going to be a right time.
Right.
It's just like, like people who want to break up and they're like, well, it's not a good time because, Valentine's Day is coming. You know what? It's going to be something else next time because it's a Sunday or whatever.
Yeah. So I just wanted to share this healing process real quick. I got 2%, so real quick. Imagine the strangest, most beautiful creature you can. Bring it to life with color and texture. Envision the eyes, the body, the wings, the fur, the feathers. How bizarre can you get? What are its qualities, powers, characteristics? Be playful with the process. If you find it difficult to visualize, you might want to write it down or simply imagine what it would feel like. Does it have soft fur, sharp claws, feathery wings made of crackling, fizzing electrical currents, or is it a sensitive furry antenna with delicate eyes on the tips? Or is it a strange flower that speaks, a tree that grows upside down? Whatever comes to you is just what is needed. Trust in your imagination, as subtle or as wild as it is, and let it speak to you. And then repeat, I am supported through the shock of the new. I accept the beauty in all that is foreign or strange to me, as I know it is bringing me new gifts, wisdom, life experiences, and creative inspiration. Through unconditional love, so be it.
So be it.
So be it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments down below. Like my video if you like it, and please subscribe.
Press on that bell.
Oh yeah, the bell.
Press on that
You get
bell. Get notifications. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our videos are great. We're pretty cool too. You want to hang with us?
Yeah, very cool. All right, guys. Sending you so much love out there. Hang in there. We're going to get through this together. All right.
Yes.
Love you. See you.
Bye.
Bye.